What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, man. Welcome to Jammin with J Money. We back. It's another day. It's Monday. We off. We had a little day off. We can't come on 7 days a week, man. Or, what I'm saying. I will though, if y'all want me to. What I'm saying. I come on here 7 days a week. We gonna get some money. What I'm saying. Took some games yesterday, but y'all know, man. We're gonna try to get to some money every day. I'm J Money. It's my guy Jordan Sharp. It's my guy Junior. We're gonna recap the weekend games real quick, and we're gonna go through the NBA games today. It's Monday. Make sure y'all get to go over there to sbrvideo.com/NBA and check out those NBA articles, man. Cash with the Bucks yesterday. Got another one today. Posted a link on Twitter as well, man. So we're gonna try to get to it today. What's up, Jordan? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, man, all good here. Had a very nice Super Bowl yesterday. I was just telling you, cashed my big prop bet that I had. Cashed the Chiefs -1.5. Felt pretty good about both those. And then I made a couple of college picks on Saturday. I didn't bet an NBA game all weekend, to be honest. Stayed off the games yesterday. Was thinking about the Pacers in some way, shape, or form on Saturday. Glad I laid off that one, but had San Francisco. They covered for me, and then had NC State. They lost for me. So a little light weekend on basketball, but felt pretty good yesterday. With the Super Bowl ready to jump back into this very juicy 10-game slate here in the NBA on Monday.
Exactly. Yeah, let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this shit going on Monday, man. I know I'm trying ready to. Yeah, y'all know me, man. It's probably why y'all mess with me. I don't like losing, and whatever I say I like a bet, what I'm saying? I'm trying to cash it, man. I ain't playing I ain't messing around. This ain't no funny, what I'm saying, action where we just talking about some stuff. No, man. Trying to get to some cheddar, man. I know Saturday. I know it's yeah, Saturday was a good day, man. It was overall the main play. I can't say it was the main, but I had a bunch of plays, but I didn't. It was just a standard play. But I had the Jazz. They got their teeth kicked in, man. Dame went off once again. They took the L there. Jazz just in a rut, man. And it's crazy because they came out to play and that game was up 34-21 early, and then you just let them go on a fucking 20-2 run, man. It's all good, man. Lakers cash with ease. First half full game, cash that one. Somebody on the show came and told me I don't know what I'm talking about. He told me, "Oh, okay, yeah, Hawks. You cash with the Hawks. Ooh, don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't bet with your heart." Woo, woo. Which I didn't take the Mavericks, but I was just telling him, just because what you call that don't mean you know what I'm saying. Just because Porzingis out, don't mean I'm going to slam the Hawks, and I could still get the +5.5. But okay, the Hawks take a L by 23 points. Trae Young went out in that game as well, man. Be interested if he's gonna play today. The Hornets, man. I gotta talk about these boys. The Hornet, and I had somebody hit me up right before the show who was like, "Hey, you think the Hornets, you know what I'm saying, plus the 9.5 is a play?" And I was like, "I don't know, bro. I don't have a play on that game. I'd lean to the Hornets. You know what I'm saying? PJ Wise. I told him if PJ Wise gonna be back in, that he didn't end up playing. He did get a late scratch there. The Hornets came out to play, man. They was up 13 at the half. These I don't even know what I was going to say. So these motherfuckers scored 11 points in the third quarter and 16 points in the fourth quarter. 37 second half points. Today's NBA team scored 37 in a quarter. They scored 27 points in the second half. Excuse me, 27 points, man. It's just absolutely terrible. They ended up taking an L by 24 points, get outscored by 37. That's what I was meaning to say. They get outscored by 37 in the second half, man. Outscored by 30. It's absolutely terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. um the Celtics get the dub over there, man. Everybody telling me 76. Okay, even when Kemba did get ruled out there, I still told my guys I still like them. Still like the Celtics get this dub in. And they smacked them. They smacked the 76 by 21 points with ease. I'm talking about first quarter, first half, full games, smacked and needed to, man. You lost 3 straight already to the 76ers. I just had to say that, man. And Wizards, that was crazy. If you Kyrie went down in that game, with all the knee injuries he had, I was thinking, yeah, he might be out once again. It was just a sprain. He probably gonna be out for a couple of weeks, at least with that. You know what I'm saying? What his needs are, but yeah, the Nets. If you had the Nets, that's tough. They pissed away in the last fourth quarter. That was tough. Told y'all on my Twitter, man, the Warriors, it'll be the low of all lows if they lost to the Cavs there. They went out there and smacked. They was up 30 in that game, man. They was up 30. And the Knicks, they went out there and beat the Pacers, man, without two of their 2 point guards. When they beat the Pacers, they 11-point dogs, man. With the Pacers with a full roster, 85 points against. I mean, them boys had 11 points in the first quarter, man. Jordan, what's up with your team, bro? I mean, I ain't gonna just say it like that, but I mean, everybody has a bad day, but come on, bro. Against the Knicks, they allow 110 points a game, man. And the Pacers got 85 against them boys. I don't know what to say about that, Jordan. Anything to recap, or that had to stand out to you on Saturday?
Oh no, yeah, that was hilarious too because I went out that night with the wife and was at the bar and look over and I see they're down like 16 points in the first half to the Knicks and I'm like, what is going on? And then I kind of look and pay attention a little bit more and I don't think they took them seriously, man. I really think they came out and just kind of had a flat night and just thought that they're going to coast through this game. They're going to use the momentum from the nice crowd with Oladipo's second game back and they got their ass handed to them, which makes me think that somehow, some way, they may be a pretty good play today. But I'm really interested to see what you have to say about that game because that's kind of your team against my team tonight. We'll see. I might even go tonight. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, we'll get into that here in just a second. But yeah, that was the biggest thing on Saturday because, like I said, that was like the one game I was thinking about putting action on, and ended up laying off of and just sticking to the 2 afternoon college bets I had and just left the NBA alone on Saturday and Sunday. But man, I'm sure glad I didn't because that was a head scratcher to say the least. But I mean, it's gonna happen. It's it's late January, early February in the NBA, and these things are going to happen right before the All-Star break. It's going to be some craziness that happens here in the next week and a half. Not only on hopefully a nice robust trade market that blows up some spots here, but just like teams are tired and they're going to show that here from time to time. And just kind of hit these anomalies that pop up every once in a while.
Yeah, it happens, man. Everybody have a bad day. Everybody has a bad day. I know yesterday the Nuggets they end up taking the L versus the Pistons in that game, winning the overtime. I did make a little play on the under in that one, man. I thought it was a good spot. Super early game. I know in the old days, it used to be old NBA, the early starts really favored the under, man. Yesterday the Nuggets came out there and scored 44 points in the first quarter. I mean, it was 74 points in the first quarter, bro. And it's crazy the under still almost would have hit. It went ended up going to overtime. I mean, obviously, man, but it came to being close to where the under still had like a little chance. But I mean, it obviously you can see from the first quarter it was just terrible, man. And 59 the second quarter, but I mean only 24-22, and that's what the quarters that was supposed to be in the game. But just real quick, and then the Pelicans as well couldn't get it done. They get outscored by 9 points in the fourth quarter. They were up pretty much the whole game yesterday versus the Rockets, and they get outscored. Only scored the high flying Pelicans only scored 16 in the fourth quarter. We cashed with the Bucks yesterday. I had them in the first half and the full game. They smacked the Suns up. We know Bucks off a loss. That was an easy write up for that one, man. And the Raptors smashed the Bulls there. How was your weekend, Junior? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, it was. I kept it quiet, kept it light with the Super Bowl going on. That Pelicans game really pissed me off because I was watching that game. The Pelicans missed their last 11 threes in a row. I had them plus 5.5 in that game, so that was super fucking annoying. And you mentioned that Denver Detroit game, man. I seen Denver's first quarter, and I thought that they were about to cruise to that victory because the line was real short. It was a really cheap price, Denver -2. But at the end of the day, Denver has played a lot of games in the last 10 days, so that kind of caught up with them in the end, and they let the Pistons come back in that game. So we'll see. We'll bounce back today, though. I actually only have one play today, another money line parlay, but I'll wait to get into those games once the host Jay Money leads us in the right direction, Jay. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. First game of the day, we got the Magic versus the Hornets here, man. I know I watched Aaron Gordon's, and it's great because it kind of just popped up on my feed, and it doesn't usually happen. You usually got to go and find the team video stuff like that. This one just popped up to me. Aaron Gordon, you know what I'm saying? The whole team pretty much was real frustrated, man, after their last loss to the Heat. You know what I'm saying? They feel like there was gonna be a get right spot or a spot where they really was gonna come to play, and they just couldn't get it done down. I mean, it was a good game. They stayed within 7 pretty much the whole game, and then the fourth quarter obviously just kind of sort of melted down. They couldn't keep it going for 4 quarters. I'll tell you this, man. Obviously Fournier and so these teams. The last time that the Magic have won, and they have played some tough games. I mean, they play OKC, the Celtics, the Clippers, the Heat twice. I mean, it is pretty tough. The last time they got a win was against this Hornets team. I mean, they were favored by 3.5. They went there and smacked them by 23 points, pretty much with relative ease. Fournier did have 26 points in that that game. He's questionable here. That's definitely, you know what I'm saying, giving me a little pause right now. So obviously Magic looked terrible in the past 5 games, have played much better competition. We saw the Hornets score 27 points in a half. Their offense is just absolutely terrible. That's why you see a total this low. Is that low for a reason. I mean, I wouldn't be so. I wouldn't bet me seriously. I wouldn't touch the over there, man, because with the way that the Hornets in this Magic squad, you saw only 189 the last game. I'm definitely leaning towards Magic here. I need to see what's up with Fournier though. If Magic get full squad, this definitely gonna be a get right spot. But yeah, what I was saying about Aaron Gordon, he was real frustrated, man, after the last game. I mean, I think them boys. I said to myself, I gotta look and see who the Magic playing next, and it's against the damn Hornets, man. I mean, that's showing versus the Spurs. They came out with their heads on fire in that first half. The second half, that's just terrible. I could have did better than that. They need to sign me up, bro. I could have gave them boys a couple threes after some got to the foul line or something, bro. All you gotta do in these days, all you gotta do is pump fake, wait till the dude jump, then jump into him. I hate it, but it's if you want to get to the line, get some points, that's all you gotta do, bro. Man, look, sign me up, Hornets. I go out there and play some defense. You know what I'm saying? Put me out there 4 minutes at a time. You know, I'm a little rusty, man. I ain't rusty. I went and hooped yesterday, but you know, y'all know, man. Y'all know I got the glasses on. What's up, Junior? What you think on this one?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's got to be Magic or nothing. The Hornets are a dumpster fire. Without P.J. Washington, just even less offense. Like you just said, man, they shot 10 free throws in that game against San Antonio, which is part of the reason they got their asses kicked. They can't make shots. It's with them, it's basically threes or nothing, right? They shot 28% from 3 in that game, and they didn't make no free throws. That's what gets you 90 points in a game. And again, when you're a team who's going to rely on 2 small point guards to be your offensive leaders, you're going to have nights like this where you just can't score. Devontae Graham was 3 of 11 in that game. Terry Rozier was 3 of 12. And that just set the tone for the rest of their team. You know, the only other like natural scorer they got is Malik Monk, another small guard. He was 4 for 12. It's just not too much going on. If you're laying points or even taking points with Charlotte, if you're just investing money with Charlotte right now, man, wow, you're a brave soul, because I don't know what you would be basing that on. They're a fade team if I've ever seen one. They're the team who we expected them to be in the beginning of the season. I think the Cinderella story is about coming to an end, and the clock is about to strike midnight. The second half of the season is about to be horrible for Charlotte, in my opinion.
And I can't wait for it. And I'm here for that as well. I love when we have a clear fade team. I mean, it's just that showed me something versus Spurs there. Because really, I was like, damn, them boy came out there and smacked them boys. They finna beat them. You know what I'm saying? They finna beat them straight up. And then that meltdown in the set, I'm like, boy, that's it. That's serious right there. Like for real. 27 points in 2 quarters. No, no, bro. Yeah, Fournier in. Magic. What you got, Jordan? Any looks on this one? If not too many, we'll get to the next one.
No, I don't have any pick on this game. I will just say one thing, that P.J. Washington did get upgraded from doubtful to questionable. He was coming in, looked like he wasn't going to play, and then like Jay said, if Fournier is going to play, it did look like a real smash spot for the Magic. That does help Charlotte a little bit, but at the same time, I don't care if he's in or out. This is a spot where you're going to bet the Magic or you're not going to bet the game. I think I'm going to choose the latter, but I am definitely not going to talk you off the former.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, even if PJ Washington ruled in shit, you might get a better number. My biggest thing is Fournier in this one. I think that's obviously a more important piece. Shit,
Sure.
PJ Washington played in the last game. He had 19. You still got smacked by 23. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he played in the last one. Hey, give me some more value. But Fournier in, I'm telling you, Magic gonna smack them boys, man. Cavs and Knicks, I just had to mention it because it's on the slate. I ain't even coming near it, man. I ain't even coming near it. It's too many injuries. It's too many and trades, and you got to keep up with these trades and people that's named in trades, because I mean they knowing that they're probably not finna be there. You know what I'm saying? You seeing some people sit or something like that, and a lot of times when they know the team know they finna trade somebody, you'll see them players sit out. You pretty much everybody on the Cavs. Right, Tristan Thompson, Love, pretty much all them boys, you know what I'm saying, on the trade block. They could be gone at any day. It could be right before the game, and them boys get traded. I'm telling you, I didn't seen it, but it's happened already this year. It's happened already with Bazemore and them. With the Blazers, they made a trade them right before the game. Blazers only dressed 8 players. So just got to keep in mind, man. I'm telling you, especially with some of these games, you just got to wait till the last minute. It is what it is. You got to know which ones are moving. Like, say, if you like the Pacers today, that one's moving. You know what I'm saying? You might want to get on it now. But yeah, a lot of these games with the Celtics and Hawks, you better wait. A lot of injuries with that one. Let's get to the Pacers and Mavs, man. And the Mavs are my team, and still without Luka here, Seth Curry. So Warren is out for the Pacers. They're not at full squad, and it's crazy because if the Pacers are full squad, I'd be telling you for sure that I'm on them. Seth Curry being out for the Mavs, it's a little bit. It evens it up a little bit. Obviously, Luka already out, so Porzingis going to be back in today. Mavs still a good team. They're not, in my opinion, they can't afford to lose Seth Curry right now, even though he's a huge piece. He's a nice little piece off the bench. You know what I'm saying? You got Porzingis back in there. This is a total bounce back spot for the Pacers. I don't have to do all the talking and shit. I mean, it's that simple. It's a bounce back spot for the Pacers. I can only look towards Pacers. If you like them, it's going up already. I saw it yesterday, last night at 4.5, if I'm not mistaken, or 4. Well, because this morning 5, it's up to 5.5. Money coming in on them. They don't look good right now, but I mean, off that embarrassing loss at the house, 11-point favorites. You got Oladipo back. I know you're integrating them into the system and stuff. Warren being out damn near helps that. You know what I'm saying? It's one less person in the rotation. It's almost like it helps with Oladipo back, to be honest with you. I think it's a bounce back spot, man, and I'm not taking my team here. I might look towards the Pacers here, closer to the game time. It is getting up there. I really liked it at the 4, but damn, now they got to win by 6. I think they have it in them, though, if they come and play their A game. And Miles Turner is another player on the trade block. They're saying him and Sabonis don't really play well together. Turner is going to be most likely going to be moved before the trade block. They like Sabonis better, and they Sabonis better. Jordan know what's up. What you like, Jordan? Your team gonna bounce back here?
If that is the spot, yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. But I want to disagree with you on just one thing that you said just now. I don't think the Turner trade. I think the Turner trade news is being overblown. I don't think it's. This is just me talking. I have no inside information whatsoever. But just from what I see personally, Turner is way too important to that defense right now for them, and they have too good of a shot to make a run at the Eastern Conference Finals this year if they're completely healthy and everybody's clicking on all cylinders to just trade away their best defender. Like, I just really don't see that happening. If they are going to trade him, if they did sour on him and they have made their mind up they're going to trade him, I think they're going to do it in the offseason or on draft night or something like that. And I don't think it makes much sense for them to do that here mid-season right before the trade deadline when you have a pretty good shot at making some waves. I know the rumors are out there. I just don't think those rumors are right. Or at least not reflecting the entire situation. That being said, I do think Warren out tonight does affect this team a little bit because he actually has been playing some really good defense since he came over in that trade. A lot more motivation playing for a playoff-bound team. Obviously, you tend to pick up your effort a little bit, and that obviously translates into more defense. But the Pacers do have a lot of depth on the wing. They could bring in Jeremy Lamb. They got Dougie McBuckets that's just draining threes lately. You got Justin Holiday. You got a lot of guys you can throw in that spot tonight and compensate, especially with the Mavs down 2 pretty big offensive pieces, like Jay said, in Seth Curry and Luka obviously being out for this one. So I do think the Pacers are the spot here, but I wouldn't touch them in the first quarter, first half, because it's just not looking right now. Their last 3 games haven't really looked great, and obviously integrating Oladipo back into the game is going to affect that a lot. So I just would warn people, I think tonight are really going crazy on this one. I think if there is a play, small one on Indiana maybe, but I wouldn't go too nuts with it. I think this line is actually pretty sharp now from where it's gone up from. If you got it earlier in the 4.5 range, I think you definitely got some value. But now 5.5, 6 points, I think I'm staying away from it tonight.
You have anything on this game, Junior?
No, I just kind of actually want to give my opinion on something, and this is just my opinion. So, Jordan, please don't think I'm arguing with what you're saying. I just think that the Pacers moving forward, they would have to move Turner for the simple fact that they're not going to move Sabonis. And if you're starting the 2 of them at the same time in the modern NBA, like, what's your ceiling really? Because even though Turner is the best defender that they have, they can't really sit Sabonis, right? And when the 2 of them are on the court at the same time, the majority of the teams that they're going to play against are going to have some kind of a 4 that's closer to being a wing, like a 3 from 10 years ago, than what we think of as a 4. I just think that the way they play, the only team in the NBA that can really get away with this having 2 big men at the same time are the Lakers, but that's just because Anthony Davis is like one of the 5 best players in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think that Miles Turner has not lived up to expectations. Like before Victor Oladipo first got there, there's no way people thought that he was going to be what he is. They kind of thought Miles Turner was kind of set to take over. And that has not been the case, bro.
Oh, no, I agree with you there. No, I completely agree with you in everything you're saying. I think maybe you just misunderstood like my point. I agree with you. I think they're much higher on Sabonis than Turner.
We got to get to the next game, bro. We got to get to the next game. That'll be for another day, man. We'll have to make that argument off air. But I came up with a perfect idea, though. I came up with the perfect trade, man. And I do think he's going to move. And I don't think he's happy there. I'm telling you, I've been reading reports. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But if Turner was on the Celtics, I feel like he would thrive in a position like that. They don't need him offensively, just there for your defense and rebounds. I think Turner would fit perfectly on. And Junior said something right there. That's what I'm telling you. Insiders from Indiana are saying that they don't like Sabonis and Turner out there on the floor. And like you say, in today's NBA, it's not really going to work. Pacers thrive in a small, like running small, Sabonis at the 5, and they can get away with it. They're a good enough team to do that. You can run TJ Warren at a 4, you know what I'm saying, damn near in this type of NBA. Turner to the Celtics. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to make it happen. Pacers, 4-0 ATS last 4 games, following a straight-up loss. 5-0 ATS last 5 games, following an ATS loss. So, Pacers off a loss been a damn good team, man. Without Luka, still the Mavs. You can't overshadow that. He's the best player. You need him on the road here in this type of spot. I might get down on the Pacers here. I'll tell you, it's a huge bounce back spot in my opinion. I do think so. Golden State versus the Wizards in this spot. Don't have a strong look on this one. I must say I don't. The Warriors they did show me a little something the last game. I know Russell is questionable here. That's my whole thing. Russell and Draymond. I knew they would get it done. They wasn't losing to no damn Cavs. Bertans is a game time decision for the Wizards. Like they gonna get Hachimura back here, which may not be good. I mean, it's only gonna be good for them, but they're gonna get Wagner and Hachimura, and they're not used to them being in the lineup, so it'll be interesting to see. Bertans is probably not gonna play with them two coming back, but Russell, obviously, big deal here. Big deal. When I saw him, I was like, damn, Warriors we know the Wizards don't play no defense. If Russell was in, Russell and Draymond, I'd be looking towards Warriors +6. He's questionable here, so no feeling right now. What you got on this one, Junior? If any look. If not, then we'll just, you know what I'm saying, say something quick and get to the next one.
Get to the next one.
My guy. What you got, Jordan? Anything on this one?
I was leaning towards the first half over, and it's starting to tick up a little bit. I'm kind of sad I didn't hit it earlier at 120.5. Now it's at 121. It's just a ton of points. But these two teams are like dead last in the last 5 or 8 games in first half defense. So if there's any look on this game, it's definitely the overs. I haven't locked anything in yet, but I think I'm leaning towards that first half.
Exactly. Poker addicted, like in he's saying the New York Knicks. They've been saying the New York Mets. If I'm going to say that he messed me up like that, baseball ain't already. He's talking about the Knicks. He like the Knicks +2. They did already smack the Cavs by 20. So we'll see, man. But it was we'll see. I don't care about that game. Well, Celtics versus Hawks, man. A lot of injuries in this one, man. Fernando questionable. Hunter questionable. Trae Young, the biggest one of them all, obviously questionable. No Kemba Walker for the. I mean, damn, this game just got so many. I don't think I've never seen. Dude, let me see. The Hawks got a total. I mean, Parsons don't recount. I mean, he was injured before the little car rig, but let me see. I just got to count real quick. 3, 4, 5, 9 injuries. 9 injuries, guys on the injury report. Hopefully Young come out there. Obviously Young is the most one. I mean, they need Hunter and Young, in my opinion. The rest of them don't really matter, really. I mean, Bembry, he's been out for a little while. Cam Reddish, it'll be nice to have him off the bench. Fernando would be nice to have him, but Hunter and Young, biggest thing. If they're in, you might have to look towards the Hawks here as a home dog. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. They can be feisty with Trae Young in the lineup. Without him, they're an absolute fade, in my opinion. Marcus Smart, doubtful for the Celtics. Kemba Walker out. Cantor is going to be in, but Kemba Walker and Smart out. In my opinion, it's a nice little deal. Cantor, he don't really mean too much. Any look on this one, Junior? This is a nice little game. You got something on this one?
Yeah, so I got a 2-team moneyline parlay, Celtics Heat. I think in this specific spot, I'm going to do something that I do once in a while, which is kind of look ahead. I'm sorry, not look ahead, but first of all, let me not get ahead of myself. Let me just stick to the Celtics. I'll talk about the Heat when we bring up that game. In terms of the Hawks Celtics, I think in the last 10 days, the Celtics have shown that they've kind of turned the corner from that little stretch that they had about 2 or 3 weeks ago, where they were they had 2 separate 3-game losing streaks, and you're kind of like, well, what's going on here? They're back to playing solid defense. Their offense is clicking, and they've shown at different points in the season because they've had Browne be out, they've had Kemba Walker be out a couple different times, they've had Smart be out a couple different times. Hayward's been out, and they still keep rolling. So in the last 10 days, they've beaten the Heat, and they've beaten the 76ers. And I just think that right now, Atlanta, with this laundry list of injuries, including Trae Young, who has a tweaked ankle, I don't see any reason why the Celtics can't just cover the spread, just win the game outright against a team that they're much better than. They're trying to make their move in the Eastern Conference. You see that Toronto's won 11 games in a row. So if the Celtics are going to, keep pace with the best in the East, they cannot drop games against teams that they're clearly better than.
Exactly. Yeah, the Celtics coming off a huge game. They are coming off a huge game. And Smart here, it'll be interesting to see, real interesting to see if Trae Young plays. If he does, him and Hunter, I can't say, I'll be looking towards the Hawks here plus the 7. I really will. Because Smart is their backup point. He's their point guard he's their point guard when Kemba goes out. Both of them are out. So they got all the guards out there, but their offense is gonna sputter, in my opinion, man. I'm not saying they should win here. They still can, clamp down. They got other pieces here. I remember the last time they played versus the Hawks. They played without Kemba Walker. That was at the house. The Hawks damn near won that game. So just had to come back in the fourth quarter, win that game by 3. I thought they was finna lose. Be interesting to see with these injuries, man. I always tell y'all, keep up with the injury report. What you got on this one, Jordan, real quick before we get to the next one?
It's that everyday disclaimer of Jammin with J Money of watch the injury report, and we added again here with this one. But this one actually I think is very important because I'm kind of with you, Jay. If Trae Young and Hunter in, I'm probably going to take the points here. I know the Celtics, and I think we're all in agreement here. Junior just has them in the money line tonight, so it's like I don't think that the Hawks are winning this game by any means. But that home. On the road, the Celtics offensively have already not been good. Now you're telling me you take their 2 top ball handlers away, and they're somehow going to be, above competent in offense. I know they have a lot of great young guards. I like Javonte Green. I love Brad Wanamaker, but I just don't think that they have enough against a Trae Young-led Hawks team. So obviously that's the big one. But I think Hunter's important too because he's one of their only wing defenders left at this point who's going to have any semblance of trying to slow down to Jaylen Brown tonight. So, it's important tonight. But I do think if Young's in, you're definitely going to see this line tick back down to 6. But it's just a lot to play around with at this point. So I think anything is relying on the injuries at this point. But I do think I'm going to lean towards the Hawks in this one.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Hawks here. Like I say, especially coming off that big of a game, much needed game, man. And really, they was kind of sort of bullshit. Let the Hawks, the 76ers kind of come back, then they put their foot on the gas once again. Hawks is a home dog. They 4-0 ATS the last 4 off a loss, man. So we'll see. Trae Young, obviously he's a huge deal. I don't have to say much more about that one. Y'all know what's up. Suns versus Nets, man. Nets up to 2.5. Kyrie out. Obviously, we saw the Nets play well without him. Be interested to see if Dinwiddie can continue to channel that inner, moment mentality. I went to the rec yesterday. When I say I channeled it, boys couldn't see me out there. I'm being dead serious. Boy, and these young, I play with some youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Some youngster guys my age, all live. These boys, they can ball, man. We go to the Rick out there with the Sadidi kids. Them boys can ball, man. Unstoppable out there, man. Yesterday, channel my inner Kobe. What you got in this one, Jordan? You like the Nets in this spot, or the Suns gonna get it done in this spot? We saw the Suns going to smack the Mavs. They still not a good team, though. We was talking about a little bit before. Rubio back in, not gonna have Ty Jerome, or not gonna have Tyler Johnson. So really no backup point guard. It's all on Rubio tonight after missing a couple games. Can the Nets get it done here at the house? Jordan?
I think they can, but I think I have a better play than that on the sides here. I'm on the first half over on this one at 108. It's already starting to juice up a little bit. I see it going to 108 and the hooks them a little bit. It actually dipped down a little bit, and I grabbed it at what I hopefully was its trough. But I like this for a couple of reasons. I understand that like we've been really high on the Nets and overs when Kyrie's in the game because their pace is just a little bit faster when he's in the game, and that's obvious. But like Jay said, I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie has no problem pushing the pace too when he wants it. I think he just operates better in the half court. And both of these teams play extremely fast in the first half. They're both top 10 in pace in the first half at about 103 possessions per 48 minutes. You also got the Suns here, coming off a game last night, 6-1 cashing the over on the second night of a back-to-back this year, and I think that's directly going to translate to their defense is going to be absolute trash here in the first half of this game. I would not be surprised to see Brooklyn put up 60 on them in the first half. If they both continue to play at this fast pace, and Brooklyn, I don't think obviously their defense gets a little bit better without Kyrie, but I don't think it's going to be that much better against a team that doesn't play a whole lot of defense either. I think Brooklyn sees this game as one that they can win regardless of style, and I would not be surprised to see them play a really fast first half, try to jump out on this Suns team and prevent kind of that Devin Booker 3-point barrage that could end up stretching out a lead for the Suns here in this one. So I do think that there's just going to be a lot of offense early in this game. I'm actually kind of surprised to see it at this low. I'm looking forward to get back up to 109 and a half before tip off tonight.
Oh shit, we got some shit going down. Derrick Rose just got ruled out. What you got, Junior, on this game? Any looks here? Are you taking the Nets? I'm leaning towards the Nets. I don't know if I'll get there, but the Grizzlies favored by a lot too. But damn, boy, without Derrick Rose, bro, I think they finna smack the shit out them boys, man. Let's get to some cheddar, bro. Damn, boy, it's up to 9.5. Oh, that's tough, and it's finna go up even more with Derrick Rose. It's like they already knew that or something. Somebody already knew that. I seen it against Steam all morning, man. What you got on this one, Junior? Then we got to talk about this Grizzlies and Pistons spot.
You talking about this Phoenix game?
Yeah. Do you have any look on it? Suns versus Nets. No, then we're gonna get to the Grizzlies versus Pistons.
Next game. I got nothing on this. Nah.
Well, shit. Well, I know what you want to talk about. I know what you want to talk about. Let's talk about the 76 before we get to the Grizz game. Talk about 76ers and Heat, my guy. And we know that the Heat done beat them the past couple of times. The 76ers lost the first two games on this road trip, if I ain't mistaken, man. The Heat, it's coming down, open 3.5 down to 2.5. Now, we know the Super Bowl was in Miami yesterday. Both teams probably partying. Both teams probably partying. It depends on who's gonna be more hungover. Who's gonna be more hungover tonight, man. 76ers suck on the road. I can't say that, man. They do suck on the road. I'm a little hesitant here to take the Heat, though. I can't say. I am a little hesitant. That's the only thing I'm gonna say, man. What you got, Junior? Breaking down. Why you like the Heat here?
I like the Heat for a couple reasons. The first being the 76ers, like I mentioned the last time they came up on the show, have the worst road ATS record in the NBA. They're just not a good road team at all. They are, if I'm not mistaken, 9-16 on the road. I'd have to double check that, but they're way below 500. And the Miami Heat, this is something that I like to do. Jay, you know this. If you look at the Miami Heat's upcoming schedule, it is tough. The Heat are not a good road team either. They're at 11-12 on the road. After this Philly game, they got a 6-game road trip, starting with the Clippers. They play the Jazz. They play the Portland, who all of a sudden won 4 games in a row. When you're a bad road team and you're about to head out for a long 6-game road trip, your last home game becomes a must-win situation, and I think that's exactly what you have here against a team that they just know is not good on the road. You've just mentioned it yourself. They've beaten them the last couple of times, so there is no fear factor with the 76ers team. The last game was pretty close. It went into overtime. They only won by 1, but a win is a win. They won at Philly the previous time before that. I just think that this is a pretty cheap price for a Miami team that is so significantly better at home than they are on the road. Couldn't pass up on the sale. So my 2-team moneyline parlay is the Celtics and the Heat, pace plus 148.
I like it. Somebody in the chat said Trae Young ruled out. I don't think it's not yet, man. He's still questionable. And what you got on this one, Jordan? What you think, man? Like I say, 76ers lost the first couple games on this road trip. They got the Bucks on deck as well, man. They didn't lost the last couple versus the Heat. The first time they smacked them, they got Embiid back now, man. I don't know. It's crazy. That line, I think it's low for a reason, man. Call me crazy, but I think this is one spot where I think the 76ers got to come to play here. They have to. It's not. That doesn't mean they are, but in my opinion, they got to come to play here, man. They have to, but it doesn't mean it's going to translate to them winning the game or covering the spread here. What you got, Jordan?
I'm rolling with a junior special in this one, and I think I'm going to go with the first quarter in the Heat and the first half, just for a couple of reasons. One, the party factor I think is live tonight, and Miami's used to the partying, so obviously it was a much bigger party last night than it usually is on Miami on a Sunday night, but. Joel Embiid has basically admitted that he likes being rich and he likes being in the NBA, and I'm sure he had a very good time last night, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's just me speculating. But the fact of the matter is, Miami is just an exceptional first quarter and first half team. We talk about this all the time when they're at home, and Philly is not good on the road. Not only not good on the road, they're just straight out bad in the first quarter and the first half. Their defense goes way down. They're still pretty good defensively, but there's a noticeable dip, and their offense definitely takes a heat. They're still without Josh Richardson, which I know that Shake Milton's been playing well, but they still got Matisse Thybulle. All these guys have been playing really well, but their depth is not going to be where it is against a Heat team that is very deep and can basically go 10 guys at you at any time and still be very successful. So I think the Heat are actually in a pretty good spot to come out and jump on a Sixers team. Could be just a little hungover tonight, and I think that plays into an earlier one on the Heat tonight. So I haven't jumped on it yet, but I think that's the main one that I'm going to jump on, other than that first half over that I just mentioned here for the first half games.
Yeah, I can definitely see it, man. I don't have the balls to take the 76ers on the road, man. They absolutely stink on the road, but they are coming. It's tough, man. I do think that them boys gonna give them a game tonight, man. I haven't seen the Heat be sputter. If the 76ers bring that defense tonight, man, and they can play, if they play good 3-point defense tonight, I think they can take the Heat down. Joel Embiid come to play. Obviously, somebody's gonna be probably throwing up here at halftime, man. Probably. Let's get to the next game, though, man. It's just a lean at 76ers. I'm not going to take them here. I just think that line is going down. I think it's going the other way for it. It's back up to 3 at some shots, but it had touched 2.5 there, man. But what this next one, man, the Detroit versus Memphis, and this one I'm looking at my phone right now. I got till 1:15, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my phone right now. They boys hanging the Grizz right now, and they got it took off the board. Got took off the board right now officially. It's up to 9.5. The last time that it was on the board. No D Rose, Reggie Jackson questionable here. Back-to-back spot. I mean, the Pistons was already trash. It was already terrible before. Yes, I mean they got the win versus Nuggets. They circle around. Okay, all lit. Overtime. You know what I'm saying? It's the travel back-to-back spot. Bounce back for the Grizzlies. They was hot before they lost. Everything saying that I know that it's a lot of points with the Grizzlies. I do know, man, but in theory, this is a smash spot. The Pistons are trash without Derrick Rose, and he means something to them like he damn near mean to the Bulls team. You know what I'm saying? Back when he was MVP, them boys. I don't know. Drummond probably got his head elsewhere. I think the Grizz gonna smash them, and they should. It's a lot of points to lay with them, but this should be a 15-point win by them boys, Junior or Jordan. What I want you to come on, tell me that the Grizz should smash them without D Rose. Tell me what's good. First half for sure.
Yeah, that would be the one that I would lean towards just because it's double figures and the Grizzlies still don't play much defense. So I'd be weary about them covering a double-digit spread with their defense still not being great. But that being said, yeah, if there's a play on it, if you can get it and it's still at 5.5, I think the first half is where it's at. I haven't taken anything yet, but like I said, I was the same with you. I saw this when I woke up at 7.5, and then an hour and a half, 2 hours later, it's up to 9. I looked at the news. There was nothing. I said, Derrick Rose is not playing tonight. And sure enough, we get that news 20 minutes ago or whatever it was. So, yeah, I mean, the Grizzlies just I might throw them in. To be honest, I was just thinking about this where you were talking. I might throw them into that Junior money line parlay tonight, make it a three-leg one. I don't know what Junior thinks about that, so I'm going to kick it over to him and see about that. Would you trust the Grizzlies now with all – like if they don't have Reggie Jackson and Derrick Rose, if Jackson's out tonight, you're telling me 35 minutes of Tim Frazier is going to stop Ja Morant and the Grizzlies tonight? No way.
No,
I would definitely be throwing those in the money line parlay tonight if it were me. What about you, Junior?
Hold on 1 second. One second, Junior. My guy say the Grizz haven't been playing no D. They 8th in the league in defensive rate in the last 5 games, man. I don't care for the full season they had in the past 5. What mattered to me, man, when they on that 4-game win streak before, you know what I'm saying, last 5 games, obviously 1-4, lost the last one and gave up 139, and they're still 8th in defense in the last 5 games. So we're giving up 139 to the Pelicans. I mean, it was a smash spot for them. We knew the Pelicans was going to smash them there. They was missing Brandon Clark and Jay Crowder. Full squad here, but Brandon Clark is not on the injury report. If I'm not mistaken, Jay Crowder is not either. It's a bounce back spot. They're catching the team on back to back. In the first half, yeah, they should come out in the first one and smash them. But second half is only going to get worse for a tired Pistons team on the second half back to back OT game at that. You know what I'm saying? Traveling from the top all the way to the bottom, damn near. I think it's a smash spot. What you got, Junior? What you thinking?
Just to answer Jordan's question, it's not the worst look in the world. I mean, I know there's not going to be great value on Memphis right now because what are they at? Minus like 9.5, minus 10. So the money line's probably going to be like minus 500 and change. I don't love that, but at the end of the day, I can't really see how they're going to lose with Derrick Rose being out. The only thing that gives me a little bit of cause for concern, if that's what you want to call it, the Pistons have been punching above their weight class a little bit lately. Like in that game against Denver, they had every reason to give up when Denver came out and scored 44 points in that first quarter, and they didn't. They punched back and they cut that lead down right away before halftime. Like they've been showing a lot of fight lately, if you consider the fact that they had a bunch of injuries. I know they just had a really long losing streak, but that's kind of my point. They lost like 5-6 games in a row and still came back and fought and took Denver to overtime. And I don't know, man. They're still the Grizzlies. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just not sure.
We got to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up. We got a couple of more games. We only got about 5 more minutes, man. Timberwolves versus Kings here. I'm leaning the Grizz there. It is a lot of points. I mean, the Pistons still do have a lot of bodies, but I think that this one could get away from them, especially in the second half. It's really where I kind of sort of get away from the first half, because especially with this one, this is one where I really think the Pistons are really just going to run out of gas here in the fourth quarter. Way the Grizzlies like to run up and down the court. They don't have an answer for John Moran tonight. It should get out of hand, in my opinion. As long as the Grizzlies come to play here and bounce back, they usually come and play. It's a young team here. I like for them to run them boys out the gym tonight. This Pistons team is not. They're going in the wrong direction, in my opinion. Good comeback win last night, but wrong direction. Timberwolves versus Sacramento. I just want to get to this one just real quick. Have something to say. The Timberwolves was up by 27 points, 25, 27 points at the house versus Sacramento. They let their foot off the gas. They was up 17 with a little over 2 minutes to go, and they end up losing that game. Holmes is out here. Deadman is questionable with an illness. I told somebody yesterday, if Deadman is out here, I'm on the Timberwolves for sure. And I know they terrible and they lost. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those teams that they actually are a little better on the road than they are at the house. They just showed that they can smack the Kings. It's a revenge game. The game obviously when the overtime you lost it. They got to come to play here, man. As long as the Timberwolves come to play here, I think they match up well versus the Kings, and they show again that they can be up by 20. In my opinion, man, the Timberwolves, they got to win. I keep saying it, man, but if they have to win this one. They have to. They just should have won this one and pissed it all away, got complacent. And lastly, the Spurs, this game I did the write-up on. If y'all was on it, the write-up came out at 5-something in the morning. I like the Spurs here, plus the 10. It's down to 9.5 now. I like the Spurs keep this game close. They coming off a 25-point loss the last time versus the Clippers. Popovich is with 14-2 ATS, 14-3 ATS, same season revenge off of 25 points or more. I like for them to keep it close here, if not possibly win this game. We saw the Clippers lose to the lowly Kings, got smashed by the Kings. Everybody was out there. So, now Kawhi didn't play in that game, but still, you can't do that. You just can't do that. Real quick, Jordan, or real quick, Junior, have anything on the last 2 games, anything to say about those, and recap them with your plays, my guy?
I have no plays on those last 2 games, although I will be making a live bet on that Clippers Spurs game. My official play is only 1 2-team moneyline parlay, Celtics and the Heat. Like it.
What you got, Jordan? Break them off with your official plays, brother.
I don't have anything on those late games. I will say this, though. I did see that Dedmon got taken off the injury report, so I think he is going to play. We'll have to watch the 3:30 one when it comes out, but I don't have any plays on these late 2 games. My main play of the day is Phoenix-Brooklyn over 108 first half, and I am going to jump on, I think, Miami first quarter and first half as well. And then we'll see what happens with the Hawks tonight. That'd be my other one. I think that if we do get on any more than that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, let's cash with the Spurs, man. Y'all read the article. Y'all know what's up. A lot of injuries out there. Be mindful. Check what's up with your injuries before you making your bets, man. I'd say maybe wait to the last minute with some of these. Obviously, Grizzlies, you're going to want to hop on there with it. And there's going to be a huge public play. A lot of public going to be on it. It'll be interesting to see, man. It'll be interesting to see. Let's try to get to some money. And in college basketball, man, I'm riding with North Carolina tonight, man. I think they coming off their loss. They got Cole Anthony back. I think they keep it close tonight. I ain't going to say they're going to go on upset Florida State. And they got in-state rival Miami on deck. Hey, you get 9.5 with UNC on a bounce back with their best player back in the lineup. I think they're going to keep it close tonight. I'm finna go put the light blue on. I'm finna go put my UNC 7s on, man. Let's try to kill the books. I'm finna go pick up some cheddar yesterday, but I need to go in. Y'all know how we doing. We picking up cheddar, dropping off some more, and we need to go back tomorrow. Let's Alo's bookmaker.